Welcome to 81 Gray Squirrel, Breckenridge, Colorado. This beautiful, brand new construction home located just minutes from downtown Breckenridge and world-class skiing. Now, I could tell you all about this house myself, but I'd love to take you in to meet the owners, builders, and designers of this beautiful home in Breckenridge. So come on in, let's go meet them. Hey guys.
How's it going?
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
So good to see you.
Good to see you
Good
too.
to see you. So thanks for doing this. We're going to just do a little interview with you guys, and you can tell us about your house and give us the nuts and bolts.
Cool, sounds good.
Should we meet in the kitchen?
Yeah, come on in.
Okay, awesome. So Sydney, we talked a little bit about the style of the house, and what would you call the style?
We have settled on mountain modern with a little bit of Breckenridge Victorian. So we really wanted to stay true to the mountain vibe of Breckenridge, but also the historic part of it. So we have the pantry doors that are from a house in High Street, and we have rustic beams and metal staircase to be a little bit industrial. But then we warmed it up with pops of color on the doors and some color in the bathrooms. And then we also kept the tile a little bit more Victorian and warm. Yeah, and we tried to stay true to really natural materials also. And so a lot of wood, a lot of concrete, and just as close to the earth as we could stay.
So this house has a neat multi-generational aspect to it. Tell me a little bit about the space up above the garage.
It affords an opportunity to long-term rent it, or maybe even short-term rent it, depending on what the regulations are at the time. But it gives you just a little space for aging parents, for friends and family, for extra income. But then we also made it so that it can live as one continuous space.
So I love this spot that you guys picked. What was the thought process behind picking this location?
We couldn't afford a lot, and we said, we need sun, we want more space, we don't want to be really restricted with covenants. Those were some of the things, and within a certain distance of town. I was a little hesitant with Blue River, thinking it was too far, it was too cold or whatever, and we came out here in February and walked by the front of the house, and it was like 70 degrees, and you could see grass starting to grow next to the foundation because the sun was just cooking the property, and it was so warm and so nice and not what we expected. And there's a creek on the side. We're just like, oh man, this is amazing.
Take us to a little bit of the nuts and bolts of the property. I mean, this house you can't see behind the drywall, but there's a story there as well. So tell me a little bit about the build.
What we did is it's basically like two 2x4 walls. It saves on material because there's actually a little bit less wood in there, but it also creates zero thermal bridging. So you have essentially a woven insulation through the walls. So we were able to probably almost double the R value of a traditional home build without using more material. So that was our goal, is make it super efficient and be as good as we can with our resources. We went through just all the outdoor spaces, we want to utilize it as much as we can. So we tried to make it to where you could either have a heater, or you could have one of those gas, fire rings or whatever it is that keeps you outside a couple extra months of the year.
Guys, this has been so great to have the opportunity to share this with you. Thanks so much for taking the time, and just really excited for your next step.
Yeah, thank you.